Like, how many
Yeah,
gems do you get a day? 10?
something like
It's
that.
like it's either 10 or 11. I
Plus the
forget.
plus the 20, the 10 now that you get from the ads, which I don't like ads in games, but
No,
whatever.
I get why they did it, but like I don't like that. I don't
I
like that system, and I never
I
have.
mean, like realistically speaking, the way I view it really is that ads are like a way to like just get a little tiny bit of money off of free to plays, and
Yeah.
it really is. It really is a small amount of money. Like I had someone tell me, like, well, clearly they're making money, otherwise they wouldn't do this. And what you guys don't get is that from the perspective of a company, even if they were only making $500 a month, which was my estimate for how much they make for 500,000 players, assuming that only half of those 500,000 actually watch the ads, which is probably realistic. A good percentage of them probably don't even log on daily, let alone look at the ads
Oh,
twice a day.
absolutely.
So we're talking about maybe, I'm going to say, you know what, tops $1,000 a month. This company makes $5 million a month. Even if they made $10,000 a month from ads, which is not the case, I can guarantee you, they do not make
If
$10,000
if
from
they
those
made
ads.
more than a couple of thousand a month, I honestly, if they made
I would be
2,000 a
incredibly
month,
surprised.
I would be. I don't know what the ad negotiations are, but one, congratulations, you guys
It's not.
won.
It's not. They don't negotiate at all. It's purely through Google.
Yeah,
Google's the one that has that,
and
and
that's.
Google does not pay through ads. Trust me, we would know that.
Oh God, I don't want to talk about it.
We're in the same genre, so we would realistically be getting paid roughly the same as Sino. And even if we're being generous and say that Sino makes 5 times what we do, which is very unrealistic,
That's still
they
not
still don't make
even.
shit.
Yeah,
They don't make shit.
like you're not even covering operating costs. Like that doesn't even pay for server space.
Yeah, it's just free money, and that's why they do it. They don't do it because it pays for their server costs. They don't do it because it makes them 10% of their revenue. They do it because it's like free money. It's just sitting on the table.
It's free real
That's
estate.
what it is. It literally is free money. They do not incur any costs by putting it into their game, other than whatever the development cost to input it in was,
Yeah,
which was honestly, you could probably get like a junior developer to code it into the
you
game.
could
Like
get
it's
some
probably
kid
not
off
that
of
hard.
Fiverr to do that in an afternoon for $20. Like there's nothing to it.
Come on, bro, $50. Let's be nice.
I listen. I having spent quite a bit of money on Fiverr, you can get some kids in Pakistan for real cheap. Just throwing it out there.
Damn, bro. Damn, that doesn't sound right.
I, they're very talented, and the U.S. dollar goes really far. I don't know what to tell you.
You ain't wrong. But yeah, it's like they don't make much from it. And the idea that just the fact that they have it in there must mean that they're making a ton of money from it, just doesn't add up. Like they would have to be making finance YouTuber money. Like literally finance YouTubers make like 25 to $45 per thousand views. I can guarantee you
Are you
Poker
fucking for
Labo
real,
does not. Yeah,
man?
for
We're in
real.
the
We
we're in the wrong
we
fucking
make,
corner of the
just by
internet.
the way, just an FYI, so you guys get a general gist. We make roughly between $2 and $5 per thousand views.
Maybe,
Maybe.
maybe.
Depends on the video.
It absolutely
But it's
depends on the
usually
video.
it's usually in that vicinity. Like, trust me, there's no way Sino, which is a game, which means that they likely make money based on that type of ad deal, not finance videos. It's just like it doesn't make any sense. It's
Yeah.
so little amount of money that to me, all the negatives outweigh any benefits because to me, the hit that they take in their reputation, at least in my perspective, because I don't like ads in video games, far outweighs the 5,000 or 10,000 or $50,000 that they make
I'll go
a
ahead and
month
throw
for
this
it.
out there. If I watched a minute long ad and it gave me a half a bar of XP, I'd do it. And that's the
Oh,
only way
for
you can
sure.
convince me to do it.
Or instead of 5 crystals, what if it was 7 crystals?
Yeah, make it some weird ass out number for no reason.
Well,
I
I mean,
just
I was thinking like, huh, you know what? What if it was once a day, but like 25 crystals? But I'm like, oh, you know what? Maybe that's a little too much because that is 750 crystals a month.
15. That's still only two multis. That's which is nothing in this
It's not
game.
even. That would be 450. That's not even two multis.
Yeah, like you're talking a
Do
game
you
where
think? Do you think people are going to say that that's reaching? That's too much?
no. It's a game where if you hoard all your crystals, you might be able and let's go ahead and bring this back. If you're in a top 30 fucking GC guild in League 1, you can pull about 10 times a month. Maybe. Very maybe.
Sounds about right. Including events and all the other stuff.
And everybody else gets fucking hosed.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, it's just... I can't...
There's thousands of guilds. There's only 100 top 100s. So
yeah, that's it. That's how numbers work. There's a finite amount. Who knew?
That is exactly how that works. So pretty much anything out of top 100 does not get much in terms of crystals.
No, God, no. Well, top 300 is arguably that's the sweet spot. Anything below top 300 is.
What is top 300? Is it
top 300 is like either 12 or 1500. You get like either 3 or 4 pulls.
That's pretty trash, man. Top 100 is 2000.
I get it. I've absolutely, and I understand people are like, well, top 4 pulls is a lot, and I'm like, yeah, and I've had like 15 pulls where I didn't get an SR. Like, I fucking get it.
Tell me about it. 4 pulls isn't shit, man. 4 pulls is nothing in this game.
No, 4 pulls isn't going to get you anywhere. And then, like, I like the idea that they're like, hey, we're going to give you a freebie 11 pull on a Grimoire. And I'm like, okay, why don't we do that like twice a month? Or once a banner.
You know what? That actually wouldn't be too bad.
No, it wouldn't. It means nothing to them.
I would be okay if they got rid of the free daily pool and just every time there's a new banner, give us a free 10 pull.
Just get a free 10 pull.
Get rid of the daily pool. I don't give a shit. I don't need that. Also, get rid of the ads. I don't need the free 10 crystals a day.
Hold on, I forgot I had my free daily pull. I think I'm on my SR.
Oh no!
Don't do this to me. But
we're doing this live, boys.
So let's stipulate. Let's make something a little more brave. You don't get them on step banners. You only get them on non-step banners. I'm absolutely okay with that.
I'm fine with that.
And
you could even say only new banners, so you don't get them for reruns. No reruns. I'm fine with that. I'm perfectly okay with that. Every time there's a new job and a new banner, give us a 10 pull.
It's my free SR. Let's see what off-banner nonsense I can't use. We're doing it. I got a spear the last time. I was really upset. Come on. I got the Lord's hammer.
Oh, no. At least it's a DC hammer.
What the fuck do I care?
Man, you could swap over to DPS.
Yeah, absolutely. With my field of fucks I don't give.
Lol.
But, like, there has to be some kind of middle ground that we can sort of come to an agreement. Because, like, we're just bleeding free-to-play players. Like, absolute gush. And new players have...
People will say it's alarmist or, like...
No, it's not. Like,
you guys are wishing the death of the game, and it's like, no, man, you just can't be blind. You have to look at reality. You have to see how many players are actually still playing the game. And the fact of the matter is that the player number is not going up. It is going down.
And it's impossible to start new.
Yeah.
Like,
that's also another problem entirely.
There is zero catch-up mechanic. Period.
I mean, maybe like the free weapons, that's about it.
Yeah, sure. The free weapons, and if you spend like $6,000 on day one, I'm sure you can catch up or get close. But like the XP system, the rank system, once you get to a certain point, is almost insurmountable if you haven't kept up on it. Like, I'm like rank 140. It's fucking impossible. Yeah, that's gonna
take you like a solid week to catch up.
Even if
that's assuming you have the tickets.
So when I got into Elite originally, they were like, hey, set a goal for yourself, try to hit 130 by the time, because I was like 111, and I was like, okay, 19 levels, that shouldn't be too hard. It was 5 days of XP grinding, not including pure tickets.
Harder, man. And to be honest, I leveled up my account from 170 to 180 in a night, but it was not fun.
Why? Like, that's the thing. I
had to be very inefficient with my purification tickets. Let's just say that. I used probably like 50 plus, and I had to use them on the 45 cost stages. I had to, because if I had to do story mode, it would take me days, if not weeks.
Oh, absolutely. And like the
It's
best
just
you
not
can
very
hope
good.
for in story is like you get 1,000 to run. So right now at my 89,000 period, if I don't purify, that's 89 runs.
Yeah, it's bad. It's very bad. But I mean, like, look, man, the player base is it's not quite dying yet, but it's hurting. I think anyone who has tried recruiting at all
Oh, rear
should
guards
know this.
almost don't exist.
Like, everyone that's decent is already in a guild or quitting. And the only players left to replace them are people that are starting up now who are 120K, 140K, maybe 160K. And yeah, you know what? Those players have a spot in weaker guilds. They have a spot in mid-range guilds. But it becomes more apparent the problems with this game the higher up you are and the higher up you try to stay. If you try to stay as a top 100 guild, you will very, very, very quickly realize that this game is bleeding top end players. And due to the fact, again, the fact that there is no catch up mechanics,
There's no way to create
those
new
players are
top end
not,
characters or top end players.
those those people that are coming in, they can't replace. You have to downgrade, which in and of itself doesn't even the fact that I even have to say downgrade just sounds like rude. Like, I don't even want to say it, but it's just how it is. To go from a player who's 190K and to have to go for 160K because there's just no supports.
Man,
They just don't exist.
I'm sitting at like 158. You making me all fucking bashful and shit. Get out of here.
Hey man, you know what it is, but it's just it feels bad, and you notice it, and unfortunately, that does come up with the topic that I it is a little controversial, and I had discussed this previously. I do think that there are certain things that might not be 100% legit, but that is the only way to keep the top end alive at the moment, because there's just no way that a free to play, let alone a free to play, even a light spender can catch up in this game.
No, it's
It will
impossible.
take months to catch
And
up,
the thing is like the
and we lose
goalpost in
too many players every
yeah,
month.
the goalpost in this game moves roughly about every 3 weeks. So like most people that are competitive have hit cost. The other people are slowly creeping into it. But no matter what, you're just weapon swapping at this point. So you have to pick and choose little weapons that give you either a stat or an ability advantage, or you have to tailor make, like in the case of a rear guard, you have to tailor make your grids based on who you're attacking. And then like everybody's like, oh, we'll get multiple grids soon, and you can swap and da da da. And I'm like, that just makes it harder.
Swap with what?
Yeah,
Swap with what?
like
What
there's
weapons? What other grid do you have that's actually competent?
exactly
Nothing. You don't
like
have one.
I could make
This isn't JP.
I could
JP,
make
everyone has multiple grids.
yeah
AP, they have combo weapon grids, which is actually the primary purpose of swapping, anyways,
yeah
in terms of purely strategies. We don't have any of that. All we have is Hollow Ahead. We don't even if we were to get swapping tomorrow, it would make no difference for anyone other than whales. If anything, it would make the gap between free to plays, medium spenders, and whales even higher.
oh absolutely
Because
the
there's no
disparity
way
would be massive between the groups.
you cannot at all fight against whale guilds ever again. It's not, you would have no chance, because you want to know why? Let's say a whale guild now, you have a chance of killing them end game with, let's say, Odio into Ogre. Let's say something like that, or Dryas Ogre. Have a chance. If we have swap, forget about it. You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna swap their backline. They don't need minstrels. They're gonna swap their backline to Sork and clerics. How are you going to kill if you're always blue?
Yeah,
How are you gonna do that? Are your clerics gonna swap out to minstrels? With what grid? They don't have a grid. What is your second best grid that's not whatever you are? You're minstrel. So what's your full Sork? 15-5.
No, not even. I'm unlucky as fuck in this game, dude. My Sork grid is still only about 7 books deep.
Exactly. And that's probably the norm for most people, even light spenders. In my case, you know what? I'm a DPS. You want to be nice? Technically, my second best grid is bows. I have a couple of bows, probably like 12. That's a lot.
That is a
But even
lot.
that is that's a huge drop in damage compared to my spear grid, even with half nightmare. And then if you were to look at physical weapons, it's not even close.
Oh, not
I
even
have
not.
maybe like six axes and probably like 8 or 9 swords. And that just comes down to everyone was buying getting swords early game
Yeah.
because of whatever the hell the banners were.
It's
It's just not good.
the
Forget
game.
about rearguard. I don't have those.
Yeah, no. I mean, I could make a half of a hammer grid at this point, and that's about it. But it's wild. Like the game has there's so many little things that the game has going for it that are actually good, and then you get hit by like I don't want to say reality, like we're living in some kind of fantasy, but like
Reality banner.
yeah, reality banner. But like we are bleeding players. We are losing people every grand call. Like look at any of the time slot discords. Look at like the main cord. Look at Snow. Like we went from having anywhere from 30 to 40,000 active people a day between Snow and main cord to a quarter of that, maybe if we're lucky. Like
I
the
don't even
active
know about
amounts of players have nosedived.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's kind of hard to say the exact amount. Pretty much no one other than Pokelabo would know that, but you can extrapolate based on various things, and it's quite small. We've probably lost like
Like,
another like 10 to 15% of the
oh,
population in the last
absolutely.
month,
Absolutely. And the
and 10% of your population going down in a month is
and not
not the
being
type
able to
of
be
drop.
replaced. Like if we were losing
Well, no,
10
no, no.
but gaining
That's after including
yeah,
the replacements.
which is only
So
probably
God
2 or
knows.
3% tops.
Yeah,
Absolutely tops.
God knows how many people were actually like just quit. Like we don't know what those numbers are. Maybe like 30% quit, but they got replaced by like 10%.
Yeah, like
Like it
there's
evens
no
out.
way to tell. And
But
if any of you are like,
that,
"Oh man, you doomsayers, this isn't working." We're combining servers because time slots don't have people.
yeah,
Just
it's not
like
good.
which I think is a great move. I'm not criticizing
Oh yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
move.
It's a great
I
move. They had to
absolutely
do it.
agree with it. But you have to not sort of eat your own propaganda or at least take it with a grain of salt because like it's untenable. It's very hard to keep up and this is kind of the period of life in a gotcha's expectancy that sort of makes or breaks them. Like a holiday season is either the best of times or the worst of times to quote the book.
Yeah, pretty much.
And
There's nothing if there's nothing that is done to make the game easier to catch up for new players, at least to the extent that they can at least be usable in a guild, let's say within the first month and a half.
which is still
So
too long.
it is a little too long. But so if we were to put that into numbers perspective, that is to say that it needs to be reasonable and easy enough for a new player to be able to reach an arbitrary number somewhere between 80 and 100,000 CP in the first month as a casual player, non-spender. Because anything below that, like 50K,
You
60K,
can't even do half the events.
you can't do anything with that. And unlike the first month, which actually is an unspoken advantage that early players have in every gotcha game, is the fact that due to the fact that everyone was weak at the time, everything was easier. So, for example, in terms of like, let's say another gotcha that has a standard arena, if you start at day one, you can get those top level arena rewards because it's not that hard being at the top because everyone is weak, right? But if you were to join months later, you're not going to get to that like halfway or past halfway rank
Yeah,
anymore.
like trying to
Because
be
you're
a
already
competitive PvP player in like Epic 7 right now is basically like put a gun in your mouth. Like it's not
yeah.
happening.
Like if you start Epic 7 right now, in your first week, which is when you get your first arena reward, you're not going to be a platinum player, let's say, which is like a very low, not that great rank. But if you had started day one, your first week, you probably could have been platinum or even higher. I think in my first week, I was master already, somewhere in that general vicinity. So the equivalent of that in Sino would be that if you started in the first month, when the first GC rolled out, you would have placed higher because there's just everyone is just weak. You're not at a disadvantage.
Oh, absolutely. Like Zengang, we were top. I think we were 119 first round, and then we dropped up to like 320 on GC2.
Now imagine if you were to start today and you were to get into the next GC in 3 weeks. What rank do you think you would even be able to reach as a brand new player?
Or who would take
if you were to make a brand new game?
Like, it's not even the issue of like, is your CP there? It's like you have skill levels, you have your CP, you have your rank. There are so many things. Anyway. Yeah. Like, there's so many things.
There's too much. There's too many things that you just cannot catch up to in this game in a short period of time. And that will continue to affect you for months until you eventually do catch up. I don't know how long it would take you, but looking at just like how the pacing of things is going, probably anywhere between 5 and 7 months to get to a decent level. So if you were to start right now, I reckon it would probably take you as a free-to-play 5 or 6 months to get to 180K. You would be slightly higher than what a day one is today as a free-to-play.
Oh, absolutely.
You would still be significantly weaker than what day one players are at that time. So I imagine day one players 6 months from now will probably be around 200K, maybe 210.
Man, it's just crazy. All right, we have beaten this horse. And I think a lot of these problems, again, we just have to brush up on communication. Pokelabo needs to... I like the roadmaps. I love the ideas of them. But we keep having these little hiccups that turn into really severe problems. Like, the Arcana change is massive. It may not seem like it, but it's massive. Like, that's a huge problem and a bad precedent to set this shortly into a game's life. Like, other games have failed on less large issues. So
yeah, for sure.
I don't have a fix. Like, we've talked about a lot of stuff today, and hopefully somebody from Pokelabo like occasionally grazes over these things and like is like, oh man, all this stuff sounds really good. Let's just fucking do it. Like the free pull on a banner that's not a stat banner. Like, that's an amazing idea. That would, because
or I had suggested at some point, I don't know when. I had suggested, well, you know what? Why don't they just make it so that you can pretty much just have a roadmap of banners that are going to be available?
Yeah, and absolutely.
Let the players know. You don't have to tell us what specific banners will come out. You know what? Some people have said, oh, well, you know what? It's a surprise factor. They don't want you to know because, you know, you could save up ahead of time for a really good banner that you know is coming in 4 weeks. You know what? You're right. And that's also the problem with us looking at JP data and trying to see what banner's coming because...
Well, and here's the thing. Here's an unannotated version of that problem that people aren't thinking about. How many crystals do you think you fucking get in 4 weeks, you jabroni? None. Well, I mean, but you get nothing.
Even aside from that, like, you don't have to. You know what? Fine. You don't have to tell me what banners are coming out. That's fine. You know what you could do is just let us know how many banners are coming out. That would be a start.
Just any kind of communication would be great.
How many of you guys expected us to get like 9 banners this month? How many?
9 banners in the last 2 weeks.
I don't think it's been that many.
It's between tomorrow and I would say 13 days ago. We're what? It'll be 3 banners over the next 5 days. 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's if we don't go back to spec banners.
I don't want spec banners. Fuck.
You unfortunately have to. They are banners that exist, Tachi.
That's true. So yeah, you're looking at probably like over 10 banners.
Yeah, and if we're rewinding to Grand Election, you're looking at like almost 12.
Yeah, and unlike JP where most banners are just reruns, so you could probably skip most of them. Yeah, we can't really do that here. Like, a banner would have to be legit trash.
Like the Three Little Pigs banner was until they made a fucking change to it.
And even something like that, even something as simple as that, at the very least, it's still a job you don't have.
Yeah.
So, like, even that is still a value.
And not only that, they changed an HP bonus Arcana to a cost. What the
I don't know.
fuck?
I don't know what they were thinking.
It's just too good. You have to pull it.
I
And
would have appreciated it if that was changed into like a Christmas banner, the Starry Night banner. If they
yeah,
had made one of those jobs
it
plus
would have
two
been
costs,
fine.
I would have been fine with that.
I would be fine.
Because you know
It would
what?
be more appropriate on a step banner than
Hold
it
on
would
it
be a
anyway.
random one.
Not only is it a step banner, but it's also a banner that we would all pull on anyways because it gives you the stupid things for the event, which
Yeah.
if you don't have, God forbid you want to clear out the shop without the fucking weapons. Like, good luck, bro. I hope you have a lot of skip tickets
Oh,
and
I
everything
don't even want to
together.
fucking talk about it.
So, like, at least on that banner, you know what? Fine. That would have been fine. But it's on some no name, trash ass banner with weapons that no one fucking wants because it's a recovery support one staff with 1.5 target, decent stats, or, you know, even good stats. Like, why? Like, maybe a cleric wants to pull on that.
The idea
Maybe.
that you can look at the entire banner and go, well, the Arcana's good, is not a good look.
Yeah, it's just not good, especially not with new banners coming out like soon, man. It's
Yeah,
just
like we're
really
still
bad.
looking at the class guarantees, which I had to make a whole ass other video about, which I'm still.
I still don't even understand. Is it going to be a guaranteed as well? Like, is it a
No,
guaranteed
I don't
pull?
think they're going to be steps. I think they're just going to be banners. So here's the
I
thing.
don't know. I also think they're going to be normal banners, but there's guaranteed SR
Yeah,
banners.
I think we might get the 800 crystal guarantees finally. I think that might be this thing.
Over 500 guaranteed,
Are they
but like
500? Yeah, that's right. They are 500. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry, I don't
but
know why I said 800.
even if they are 500
They're
guaranteed
still not worth
SR,
it.
like yeah,
Still not worth it.
it's not worth it.
You should, because if you don't have three little pigs, you know what you're doing? You're taking that 500 crystals and you're jamming it up that banner's ass. Like, it's absolutely crazy.
It's so bad.
So
I mean,
that's an hour out of me and Tachi. So that's good. We'll cut it. I just, guys, Pokelabo, please. Like, we gotta have some kind of come to Jesus. Like, this shit's getting rough.
oh man, look, if you guys want, you guys can hit me up. You know my YouTube, you know my Discord. You know, send me a little DM. I'll take care of your communications.
Yeah,
It's
no
fine.
shit. Just let
You
us
know
do it.
what?
We'll do it
You
for
know what?
free.
You don't even need to pay a translator for me. If you need me to be in communication with Japanese Pokelabo, all right, you know what? I can do that. I'll do it. You don't even have to pay me much. Send me like 300 crystals a month.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that.
we'll find a way. Just like we have to get better at this communication thing because y'all fucking bad at it. All right,
Yeah, I don't know.
I think I'm pooped.
Same.
All right, guys, thanks for listening. I hope most of you are having. This is probably going to go up on Christmas Eve, so like, y'all have a good Christmas. Like everybody have a good time. And if this goes up on Christmas, maybe don't listen to this. And I probably I guess I could have said this in the beginning of the video. Don't listen to
You
this
could
on
just
Christmas.
I mean power of editing, bro. Just cut it out and put it in the
Yeah,
front.
I'm not that brave. I'm just
Oh,
I'm just not about
oh
that
no.
life. It's
All right, bro.
It's Christmas, man. I had a water pipe explode in my roof. My will to live is just draining.
And look, man, at least you're not getting wet with the cold water.
Oh god. No shit. All right, boys and girls. So I'll link Tachi's info in the description. Yeah, not like you got to wander too far to find him. So, you got anything else, Tachi? What you got going?
Honestly, man, not much at all. Just chilling. Christmas time.
Yeah, that's good, man. Well, if I don't talk to you between now and then, you have a good Christmas too, my dude.
Likewise, man.
All right, boys and girls. That's it. Like, comment, subscribe, scream at us. Tell us we're bringing the end of Pokelabo. That's fine, I guess. I don't know.
Yes, two small YouTubers
Yep.
bringing the end of a multi-million-dollar company. Lol.
This is like the dark horse story that I've always wanted. This is like Final Fantasy VII. We're toppling a government.
I've always wanted to be main character.
I know, what a wild thing. So, all right, merry happy holidays and Kwanzaa and all that shit. Good luck.
All right, good day.